Okay, greetings. We will be starting off this evening's live stream with a replay of my midweek one. Only goes on for about 15 minutes. Hope everyone's well. And if you are from the United Kingdom, England specifically, you're probably like me in a minority and not watching the football. England are finally in a major tournament final. By all accounts, well, of course, Random Games, greetings. Welcome to the live chat. Thanks for joining us tonight. I will be, got a 50-minute pre-recorded video just to play for the first hour, and then we will be going live. It is open lines, but I do have some other subjects to talk about if no one fancies joining the stream. Yeah, this one was called Calling Out Their Lies. It was kind of interesting, actually. Immediately after that live stream finished, I had a comment from one of these celebrities that you see on the screen. I'll look at it in a minute, and I just couldn't work out how they had. Your son's watching the football. Is he supporting England or Italy out of interest? Random Games. Yeah, I'm of the opinion. I used to enjoy football, but now it got to a point where the only way I could reasonably explain what I was seeing was to say that it has to be fixed. I don't buy any any big games at the moment. Anything that they report on the mainstream media, for example. I remember for a while I used to buy newspapers and I used to say, I believe most of what they report isn't true. And then I had to say to myself, well, why would it be any different for the sports pages? Michelle from Oz, greetings. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, as I have already said, we've got about like a 50-minute video I'm gonna play before I go live properly. And if anyone wants to join in tonight and have a chat and say hello, I will be sharing a link at the end. Michelle, hope you're doing well over there in Australia and Random Games, of course, in your part of the world. You're part of Europe, Austria, I believe. I was considering doing a watch along with the football just to see how much we could point out of how many blatantly obvious fixed parts happen, but I couldn't be doing with that. So anyway, I will be back here probably about just under an hour because this video doesn't go on for the full hour. Anyway, yeah, when we come back, yeah, I'll tell you what this celeb said. The usual stuff, but I just could not work out how he knew that his picture had been used on my thumbnail, which you can sort of see on the screen now, unless that either A, following everything I do, or B, they've got some weird software that can work out when their images are being used. And if they are following everything I do, despite the fact they say, I need help, I've got psychological problems because I don't believe a baby's real, they must think me worthy of following my every move just in case I end up talking about him. We'll see. I did invite the guy on and said, look, if you want to share your side of it, you're welcome. I'm doing open lines. But anyway, okay, I'm going to put this video on. This was midweek, calling out their lies. And I will be back properly in 1 hour. Yeah, huge thanks to both Michelle and Random Games for checking in. I do appreciate that. Where are we? And I will certainly be back soon. Right. Oh, hang on. Okay, we're not ready to play that yet. Okay, yes, this is about a 50-minute long video, and I'll be back with you soon, all right? See you in a little bit. Okay.
The Stasi developed new techniques in psychological torture.
Nun könnte ich ja sagen, ich war wirklich ein Widerstandskämpfer, ja, wie die Akte es sagt, aber ich hatte große, große Angst vor ihnen. Denn sie haben gedroht, meine Eltern zu verhaften. Sie haben gedroht, meiner Schwester das Kind wegzunehmen. Meine Nichte war 2 Jahre alt und das Kind wird in ein Heim gesteckt und dann von Funktionären adoptiert.
And at the moment, in most parts of the world, due to lockdown, most of the transmission that's actually happening in many countries now is happening in the household, at family level. In some senses, transmission has been taken off the streets and pushed back into family units. Now we need to go and look in families to find those people who may be sick and remove them and isolate them.
Like thousands of others, Mario Rolig was held at the top-secret interrogation center known as Honchenhausen.
They had designed Hohenschönhausen prison as a psychological torture. And the main method was isolation.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home. You should not be meeting friends. If your friends ask you to meet, you should say no. You should not be meeting family members who do not live in your home. You should not be going shopping except for essentials like food and medicine. And you should do this as little as you can. And use food delivery services where you can. And we'll stop all social events, including weddings, baptisms, and other ceremonies, but excluding funerals.
It was completely silent in this prison, and the only noise you heard frequently was the banging of the cell doors and the knocking of the bolts. And the guards did this especially loud because they wanted to demonstrate, even if the prisoner was successful to leave the prison in his thought, yeah? The banging of the cell doors and the knocking of the bolts reminded him that he was imprisoned and that he couldn't escape.
Hi everyone, now that was a video by the YouTuber Beat Worship. I have put a link in the live chat. I thought it was quite appropriate as it's similar to a video I did once in the past where I suggested we're all victims of coercive control, and I compared the Prime Minister listing off a load of demands like, well, first of all, we read it against, like, what is coercive control? It's trying to limit you from your family, and then, you know, cue Boris Johnson saying you're not allowed to visit your family, limiting your exercise, cue Boris Johnson saying you're only allowed 1 hour of exercise a day. Anyway, I came across that video by Beat Worship, and I thought it was pretty appropriate. Well, this is my midweek live stream. We've got 1 hour today. I've entitled it Calling Out Their Lies. Kind of going back to basics, going back to, I don't like talking too much about the old illness that dominates the news. I like to mention other subjects as well, although there's a couple of stories that we can look at today. UK Critical Thinker is in the live chat. Greetings, glad you could join in today. Hope you're doing well. Wonderful YouTuber who I think we all miss your videos. Yeah, without further ado, we will look at a couple of things. I've made a fair few vids looking at the amount of what I believe are fictitious doll-like babies. Kimberly Welsh Official, I did come across this it may actually look, you could say that that baby looks like not too unrealistic. Are we able to zoom in on it? Well, kind of. Now, if you go onto a site such as, what they called, Reborn Dolls, I bet you it won't take long to find a mixed race baby doing that exact pose. Yeah, I'm convinced. Okay, it's not a mixed race baby. Yeah, these things are weird. Okay, there's one. Now compare that to Kimberly Walsh's supposed baby. Can anyone else see how similar they are looking? Now, who is Kimberly Walsh? No idea. But again, it looks like every time you see a picture of her child, it's always got his eyes shut. They must be quite heavy on the sedation when it comes to keeping that baby sleeping. Eyes shut. Again, a way you can always... These Instagram accounts that always have these little blue ticks by them, always the same. They always show way too much about their personal life. I mean, like, you might want to give your kids some privacy. Nope. Get your kids and tell the world everything about them, what school they go to, every picture you've ever taken of them, share with the public. And they always promote products. Here we have a link to ok.co.uk. These things are businesses, basically. And yet, you will quite often see a fairly legit looking pregnancy bump, although it's nothing that couldn't be done with CGI. Greetings to old Brett. Thanks for joining us. Hope you and UK Critical Thinker are both well. Yeah, I'm not able to zoom in on these like I used to be able to, unfortunately. But I think we can still... I don't think it would take much to... See, why can't I zoom in properly? I don't think it would take much to scrutinise that picture. And guaranteed, you'll also see a heavily pregnant mum up the top of a mountain or balancing on one foot. Wow, that pregnancy bump came up quickly, didn't it? What was the date of this? Don't worry, we're not just going to... Right, this was 27th of April, unless it's an old picture. And here she is again, promoting another product, Regatta Outdoors, meaning that these Instagram accounts are just money-making things, so anything that goes on them are generally produced. So yeah, absolutely no baby bump on the 27th of March. I'm assuming that's this year, of course. 29th of March. I know we don't want to watch a video. Again, promoting her appearance on some terrible program. Oh, the baby bump's back again. Perhaps she's had the baby, I'm not sure. Who knows? Who cares? Yeah, 1 minute she kind of seems pregnant and then the next she doesn't. I say I've never looked at Kimberly Walsh before. Yeah, pregnancy safe workout with PC Mac Fitness. Let's see what she does. Okay. Yeah, I would say probably padding under there. I'd have to download the video and properly look at it. Mental stuff. Right, anyway, how did I get onto that? Gigi Hadid. Paparazzi to blur daughter's face in photo. I just want the best for my baby. Very strange if you ever go on Gigi Hadid's Instagram account. She's put up loads of pictures of her baby, but they've always kind of hides the baby's face, and you think, well, why don't you just not take a picture of the baby? But apparently, Gigi Hadid has penned an open letter asking paparazzi to blur her daughter's face in photos. The model shared the message on social media on Monday the 5th of July, calling it a letter from Mama. She explained that Kai, her 10-month-old daughter with her partner Zayn, loves seeing the world and has started to want her sunshade lifted up. So far, every picture she's ever taken, she's had to have the sunshade down on it, basically, so people won't take pictures of her baby. And she believes it's the paparazzi's responsibility to protect the baby's privacy. I mean, keep the baby's privacy. The thing is, no one would give two spits about that baby if she didn't keep putting pictures of it up on Instagram. If she really wanted to keep her baby's life private, why wouldn't she just say, right, I'm going to take a year out, for example. I'm not going to do modelling, I'm not going to do photo shoots, I'm not going to use my public Instagram account, which is what this is. Hang on, let's find Gigi Hadid. Guaranteed, what we'll see, pictures of a baby, but obviously hiding the face. Always promoting products. I bet this is a promotion for some rubbish she's wearing.
I'm always excited and honoured to get a glimpse of the world walking through the front. Here we thank you for everyone for having me on. Let's see what she's promoting. I don't know. Well, she's promoting a few other companies. My goodness, does anyone genuinely go out wearing that? I think you'd be laughed at if you went out wearing that ridiculous clothes. Anyway, here she is with her globe, of course. Our Kai is so lucky to have a Baba who loves her so much. That doesn't make sense. What's a Baba? And does everything to see her smile. Zane, happy first Father's Day. I'm so grateful for all the little bits that you are. Great. Product placement for the... oh, I see, yeah, we got a picture of the baby. Wasn't immediately aware of it there. Oh, Breck says Giggy's sister plays the role of Justin Bieber's girlfriend and The Weeknd's girlfriend. Is Justin Bieber's girlfriend Gigi Hadid's sister? Or is that... To look at Gigi Hadid, I would say, you know, freak show extraordinaire. Why... Yeah, I mean, look at this picture. I know what, let's take a picture of me and my baby, but I'll just blur the camera. Well, hang on, how about not taking a picture? The reason I think they blur it, notice they've got the orange in there. They love their colours. The same colour, another one of my favourite YouTuber always goes with. Look at that product placement on his watch. Of course, he's got an orange watch. Apparently, he met this guy at the cemetery of his daughter. Whatever, load of bollock. Orange t-shirt, orange everything. Get the colour orange in every way you can. Get the fake tattoos done as well, of course. Right, just because we cannot go on this person, they've still got a link to the GoFundMe up. Do you think they've taken down their appeal to save the life of their daughter that's supposedly already passed on? Or are they still letting members of the public donate to them? Still going, still letting people donate, still no updates telling the 8th of May. To all our amazing supporters, we want to send you a heartfelt thanks. Yeah, as I say, pretty much every single time I look at these people, all this money will have to be returned. So people that 11 days ago sent £135, they should be getting that back very soon. Crazy. Unless, I mean, can you misappropriate the money? I don't believe you can. Yeah, I believe I've covered Ashley Kane and his freak show wife enough to say that everything they do is a lie. Right, so yeah, Giggy wants everyone to blur the picture of her baby. Something about her baby like seeing the world. Right, I write this all to say to the Paparazzi Press, beloved fans accounts, you know we have never intentionally shared our daughter's face on social media. Well, why put her on there at all? Our wish is that she can choose how to share herself with the world when she comes of age. Okay, think about what this woman is saying and get that vile piece of filth off the screen. How did that thing pop up? Maybe they want me to click it. I'm not giving into that one. Right, I have to go back down to, I believe we can get that. Okay, here we go. The letter from Gigi Hadid. As our baby grows up, we have to realise that we can't protect her from everything the way we wanted to and could when she was smaller. She's only 10 months old. Hang on, did I miss a bit there? She doesn't understand why she's covered in the city or what I've wanted to protect her from. Or what do you want to protect her from? The mother also stressed her desire to enable her daughter to see the most amazing city in the world and the most beautiful and diverse people that walk down the street, but she won't peel back the shader on her pram. Wonder why? Perhaps because it's not a real baby in there. That would be my guess. But now, of course, Giggy's manager, people that look after her, are going to cover themselves by saying, I write all this to say to the paparazzis, it would mean the world to us as we take our daughter to see and explore NYC and the world if you would please blur her face out of the images if and when she is caught on camera. I know it's an extra effort, but as a new mum, I just want the best for my baby. Anyway, when your baby ends up looking like, where was it? Like that last person we just saw, like this, basically like a doll, you can understand why. PJs were a gift from, of course, in this picture, they just promoted another Instagram account who sell clothes. All very clever. Oh, Brick says more about Justin Bieber and The Weeknd are the same person. Is The Weeknd not a pop group? My goodness, look at the... What is that thing meant to be? I'm not going there. Let's get off this channel, off this account. Okay, Justin Bieber's girlfriend. I am not familiar with who that is, but we will have a look. Justin Bieber. Yeah, wow, that. Justin Bieber and Hailey. Are they married now or not? Okay, perhaps that. Wow, she's got a. We'll go and have a better look at who Hailey Baldwin. I've heard the name. Okay, bear with me. Okay, and now Gigi Hadid's sister. Gigi Hadid's sister. You've got Erin Foster. Oh, it's got to be Bella, hasn't it? Or that isn't Gigi, surely. Whatever. No, The Weeknd. Okay. Interesting, Elbrick. Wow, yeah, there's more than a passing resemblance between these two people, isn't there? Bella Hadid and Hailey Bieber. Right, one was born in 1986. 86 or 96? Right, Hailey Bieber was born in 96. Bella Hadid was born in 96, October the 9th. Let's see, where is she from? 5'8", so that's quite tall for a woman. 5'9", so yeah, 1 inch in it. Curious. Thanks for the tip off, Elbrick. I wasn't aware that, you know, this is a new one for me, to be honest. You can really see Satan in them, can't you? Right, and the other thing was The Weeknd. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Elbrick. Anyone still watching, you're in a minority, but hey ho, who cares? Okay, on to the next subject. By the way, yeah, I did a video in the week looking at the NHS receiving an award. We'll just have a look at some of the comments. Thanks to everyone who took the time to comment on this one. I've had a few. Albrecht says you can also find photos of The Weeknd with white skin. To be honest with you, Albrecht, I don't even know what The Weeknd is. Let's have a look. We will go and look at the comments in a minute. I would assume The Weeknd is him, right. Wow. Are you saying that The Weeknd is Justin Bieber? That's a weird one, isn't it? Oh no, that's not what you're saying at all. You're saying Bella Hadid is going out with The Weeknd. But surely, let me read your comments a bit better. Well, Justin Bieber and The Weeknd are the same person, so it makes sense they have the same spouse. That is creepy. Do you know what, Obrecht? I had never spotted that one before. But now you point it out, there's more than a passing resemblance between this guy. Wow, that's a freak show and a half. I mean, let's bring up Justin Bieber. This is brilliant, Obrecht. This is right up my street as well. Find things like this very curious. I mean, admittedly, he has slightly changed his appearance of late. But yeah, how weird is that? Right, what link are we on? Justin Bieber, The Weeknd. Yeah, it's almost... It's like Bieber, but with a slightly fatter face, which of course we know they can do with prosthetics. Okay, perhaps it's time to have a look at the age of The Weeknd. I mean, who is he and what is his real name? I know nothing about the guy. Abel Makanoon Tisefei, known professionally as The Weeknd. He was born in 1990. Let's see when Justin Bieber was born. Baby. No, I'm not going to start singing. They'll do me for copyright. 1994. Okay, so they've got a few years difference. 5'9" to 5'11". Okay, so a few inches different. But yeah, there is definitely more than a similarity between those two. That is for sure. So yeah, thanks for sharing that one. Let's see. Is there pictures of these two together? I mean, where are they from? Bieber is Canadian, apparently. The Weeknd is also Canadian. Huh. Okay, obviously it takes more than just a couple of coincidences to spot that one. You know, to say that these two are definitely the same, but from what I have seen there, yeah, I can see Bieber in that face. Are you saying that there's pictures of him with white skin? Pale skin. By the way, I have been trying a different my microphone setup. Just curious how it sounds. If the audio sounds bad, echoey, let me know. Feedback is always appreciated. Okay, they're not. Yeah, that's a curious one, Obrecht. You know what? I will at some point. Even them, supposedly bruised and beat up. You can see that. Oh my goodness, what is going on there? It's almost like. Right, drastically different looking. Now, of course, all they've done is just put different prosthetics on, I'm guessing. But I would guess that is prosthetics. Right, bear with. Okay, The Weeknd has revealed a dramatic new look after months of appearing at award shows and in past music videos with bandages and bruises obscuring most of his facial features. This is the first time we're getting a glimpse of his face. The singer debuted... That's got to be a joke, isn't it? Right. The singer debuted his new appearance in the music video for Save Your Tears, which dropped on Tuesday, and appeared as if he underwent extreme plastic surgery. No, they just put more skin prosthetics on him. But it doesn't seem like his new look is permanent. According to The Independent, his transformation was temporarily done using prosthetics and makeup. Yep, of course it was. Meaning that the original face, I mean, that hair doesn't look real for a start. It's like one of those joke wigs you get. There was mixed social media response from fans about his latest appearance, with some scared that his plastic surgery could be permanent, while others couldn't help but joke about the whole thing. In November, the singer sparked concern when he appeared at the 2020 awards with his face nearly covered in bandages. What was the point in that then? He didn't acknowledge his new look during his acceptance speeches for the favourite album, Heartless. He also had the bandages on for his performance In Your Eyes with KG. But the bandages and bruises have been seen with are actually to promote his new album After Hours. In the short film he created for his songs, The Weeknd warns his audience about the injuries which can be caused from drunk driving car crashes. Okay, the singer opened up about his altered appearance to Esquire magazine. Okay, that's interesting stuff. Dean Jones, greetings and welcome to the chat. Absolutely the same eyes, and it's almost more apparent with this where he's kind of disguised himself even more. Right, we are going to move on from this in a minute, but of course they can put different, well, what do you call it, you can just put lenses in people's eyes. You can buy them at any old shop, so they're not particularly difficult to alter. Yeah, I would be interested to get a picture of these two and like overlay them. I mean, that's one thing, okay, so coincidentally the Weeknd and Justin look as the same, but then to hear that they're partners, Hailey and Bella, Hailey Baldwin and Bella, I mean, yeah, these two have more than a passing resemblance as well. So yeah, as I say, Brett, massive thanks for sharing this one. We will, hang on, is that the same? We will definitely take a closer look at this in future. One thing's for sure, they both have unnaturally wide shoulders for a woman. Crazy stuff. O'Breck says mask symbolism through the year of COVID. Yeah, of course. I am looking at that as well, actually. Yeah, my previous video about the NHS being awarded the George Cross. Dagjab made a comment saying he was surprised to see the majority of comments from people on a video that could have been on the Telegraph when we're not happy about this. Lots of people venting their frustration and anger at comments like the George Cross for dancing, etc. were overwhelming, but strange to see why they even allowed comments to be open. It seems to me that the media want people to get angry at the NHS so that they finally have an excuse to pull the plug. I've heard that the NHS was always set up for the rug to be eventually pulled from under it at some point in the future, and I think the time is now. I said it's good to hear that people aren't buying the heroes for the NHS rubbish, and it does seem a lot of events get reported just to annoy people. You may be right that the days of the NHS are numbered. It would mean that there are a lot of purpose-built facilities paid for by the taxpayer available for the private service providers to take advantage of, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. UK Critical Thinker, I don't know if you're still with us, said it's all about timing. This is the stage of giving people false hope that it's over. How can you issue the medal unless it's the end? Well, we know it's not the end. It's like the clapping. Why did they end it when it wasn't over? Again, false hope. String the people along at least till March 22 when the act is due to expire. I just thought there was another comment, another reply to that. And I said I agree, we have a way to go yet. They may lift these supposed laws on face coverings, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's accompanied by reports of large outbreaks. I think they're hoping the public will still wear a mask without being told. Either way, either that or they'll do a 180-degree turn and say masks are required for another 6 months. With the comments, CC Jelly said, put up the shutters, take your vehicles off the road and get the George Cross, a model to follow. Yeah, basically saying that they closed down much of the NHS, they took half the ambulances out of service, and they won a George Cross for it. Maria Ellender commented that the local Freemason Hall had a celebration for the NHS receiving the George Cross. They're also opening a Vaseline centre, and it makes you think, yes it does. Actually, in that article, which we can have another closer look at, because I didn't read a huge amount of it yesterday, it did say something. Mudlark Digging Up the Thames says the Queen looks even more demonic since Phil died. And I said that would take some doing. Perhaps all those evil demons transferred themselves into Elizabeth. Mudlark says she seems to be more energetic since she died. I wonder if she is actually dead and has just been cloned just to keep Charles and Camilla from taking over. So, yeah, who knows on that one? Possibly. Mudlark also says, why wasn't Prince Philip put out on an end-of-life or do not resuscitate plan? They kept him alive for as long as possible. To which Mudlark says, because he doesn't use the NHS. Right, and then I made a slightly off the point comment. I knew someone, or I did know a person, who was a believer in homeopathic medicine and claimed that the royals use it all the time. He said the reason it gets such negative press is because the elite want it all for themselves. I have no idea if this is true, as I've never come across it or needed to try it. Now apparently homeopathic medicine, if you're not aware, could be as big a scam as all the rest of the medicinal world. Apparently they'll take something like, I don't know, whatever they put in homeopathic medicines. Let's say they use something to help you sleep. Well, they dilute it 1,000,000 times over, and then what you're left with is a very powerful some such thing like that. Anyway, I then received a comment from Eileen Turvitt, and she is not agreeing with my video. And I always say I welcome opposing views and people that think different to me. And she said, I'm guessing most of you have never worked in a COVID war as nurses. We did our best during a horrific time. Again, did our best. It's supposedly still going on, but whatever. I don't want a medal. I grieve for my lost colleagues and all the people that have died during this pandemic. I find it sad that NHS staff are being turned into the enemy. The amount of hate aimed at us is now just horrific. My response was that my annoyance is not directed at the staff, whose job, I agree, were made a lot more difficult by the measures brought in, and I did say that in the video, but like the weekly clap for carers, wouldn't you agree that this is just another empty gesture? What these staff are deserving of, if they are such heroes, is pay rises. Do you think they're going to get it? Nope, but I'm sure the MPs are going to get pay rises. I'm sure football players are going to continue to get pay rises, etc. So let's read the story from the Sun. Not the Sun, Sky News. Same people after all. Yeah, there was some stuff going down, because obviously over the last year, they have been raising huge amounts of money for people have been doing loads of fundraising for the NHS. Where's the book symbol? Nope, haven't got one. Yeah, do we really think the Queen wrote this? Yeah, I mean, for example, who exactly will even have the award? Are they going to give a single George Cross to probably this person, the head of the NHS? Sorry, I'm scrolling through quicker than I can read it. NHS Chief Executive Sir Simon Stevens, dual name SS, said this unprecedented award rightly recognises the skill and compassion and the fortitude of staff right across the National Health Service. The nurses, the paramedics, the doctors, the cleaners, the therapists, the entire team, who under the most demanding of circumstances, since you've brought all the new restrictions in, have responded to the worst pandemic in a century and the greatest challenge this country has faced since the Second World War. Out of those dark times have come the best of what it means to be a carer and a health professional. Apparently they're going to be finally all the money that was raised, like with all the fundraising they did. Later on, the pair will host a big NHS tea in Buckingham Palace and pay tribute to those who have gone above and beyond over the course of the pandemic. Respiratory ward nurses that probably, well, the wards, not necessarily the nurses, respiratory wards were probably responsible for the death of who knows how many people. Yeah, I mean, going back to that comment from that woman, she was called Eileen Turvitt. If she ever wanted to come on and speak one-on-one with me and we could discuss because if she's a nurse on a COVID ward, then yeah, I'd be happy to get her views on it, because I agree, people went into hospital to die. Most of those that went into hospital didn't come back out again. As I've said repeatedly, I know people that died. Andrew Legit has left a comment. C for 3. Strong concordant numbers. 3 is Lucifer. Ovid is a breed of sheep. 19. Strong concordance number 19 is slaughter. So Apollyon's slaughter sheep. Watch what happens on the 19th. Okay, is that the 19th of this month, are we saying? Oh, of course, is that the day when they're... Yeah, gotcha. In fact, we have got something, apparently... Oh, where is it? I've lost my page. Okay, yeah, apparently the Prime Minister was criticised, I haven't seen it, for failing to predict the future. PM fails to deny that millions of people will have to self-isolate as rising cases delay cancer surgery, so still they're doing that. Boris Johnson has failed to deny that as many as 3.5 million people a week will be forced into isolation by his decision to scrap all restrictions. Well, I don't really think it's his decision, but hey-ho. Oh, we can put the book thing up. That usually makes it easier to read. The PM was pressed repeatedly in the Commons to spell out the forecasts of death, hospitalisation and self-isolation orders, and was twice rebuked by Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle as he dodged the question. Prime Minister, predict the future. Tell us how many people are going to die, how many people are going to have to self-isolate, how many this, that and the other. Sorry, I can't predict the future. And then he got yelled down for it. Meanwhile, cancer patients at one of England's largest hospital trusts face having their surgeries cancelled after rising numbers of cases. See, bear in mind, all these supposed rising number of cases has happened before anything's been scrapped. So let's say we take what they, we take them on face value. We don't believe everything they tell us is just designed to keep us living in fear. Or even with all these restrictions in place, it hasn't stopped numbers rising. Who knows, perhaps once everyone stops wearing the stupid wearing the face coverings and are able to breathe healthily, excrete any bacteria from in their breath. Perhaps cases of things like bacterial pneumonia might go away and they won't be able to make up so many and blame it on other stuff. Just a thought, but we'll see. Anyway, he said the policy could create a variant resistant to the vaccine. Right, hang on, I've skipped a bit there. The PM was repeatedly dodged the question. Meanwhile, Cancer read that. A medical Nobel laureate has warned the decision to lift rules such as mandatory face coverings could unleash a vaccine-resistant variant. What? Haven't they already got vaccine-resistant variants? So the only way that will happen is by people stopping wearing masks. Completely ridiculous. It's what they call non sequitur. It doesn't make sense. Sir Paul Nurse, the chief executive of the Francis Crick Institute, which has been heavily involved in research, basically been receiving loads of public money, probably then, questioned the wisdom of opening up so much so fast. So fast? This has been going on for months, years. He said the policy could create a variant resistant to the vaccine. Well, I can say anything. Doesn't make it true, does it? Experts are warning the policy change. Why is that coming up? Okay. Right. Experts are warning the policy change will condemn thousands of young Britons to long COVID, with the British Medical Association. Basically, they're now saying that unless humans wear masks for the rest of their lives, we're basically never going to be able to live a normal life. Crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. Liberal Democrat MP Lila Moran, upright chairperson of the All-Party Parliamentary Group. Have you ever noticed how many Liberal Democrats look a bit odd? I'm curious who this person is. I mean, it could... Right, let's just take a little look. We will go back to that story. And yeah, I thought so. I knew it would be a freak show. I absolutely knew it would be a freak show. It seems every MP for the Liberal Democrats looks like a man in a dress. What's going on? And I'll tell you when I first started noticing this. It was an MP, well, someone wanted to run for my local constituency. First of all, say hello to Ayers Jones. Greetings all non-sleepers from Lancaster. Hi, welcome Ayers Jones. Thanks for joining us. Yes, Helen Belcher. This was someone, once I saw it, it was like, hang on, WTF is going on? Helen Belcher. Freak show. I mean, I'm not being rude, okay? But come on. They wanted us to vote for this person, couldn't even be honest about their name and about their gender. I don't know if any of you ever remember the programme, what was it? Oh, The New Statesman with Rick Mail. New Statesman, it was... In the first series, there was an ongoing story. Let's see. I don't know if it will come up. Yeah, cast, okay. And it was a politician that had, I don't know what they'd done, killed someone or something, or they were involved in drug dealing. So they went underground, transitioned to a female, and then came back out and relaunched themselves as another MP. And then anytime I see... anytime let me just check my streams, alright? Yep. Okay, that doesn't want to load. Anytime I see a... I see MPs that are clearly not being honest about who and what they are, I always get a bit suspicious. Who was it? Which character? It started off like as a man and then... Oh, maybe it was Paul O'Grady. Huh. Perhaps it was. I didn't know that Paul O'Grady was in the New Statesman, but... Yeah, it was quite interesting. Anyway, so then to see people such as MP Layla Moran, chairperson of the All-Party Parliamentary Group, come out and start saying stuff, I have a trouble believing it. Collateral damage of Boris Johnson's approach, and campaigners have written to the House Secretary urging him to reconsider. No, you cannot live in fear all your life. It is absolutely ridiculous. By the way, Ayers Jones, now that isn't a familiar name. Are you a new subscriber? Or are you someone new to the channel? But good to have you in the live chat. Thanks ever so much. We do have about another 10 minutes and then I'm going to start closing down. UK very close to herd immunity. What an insult. Basically saying we're just a herd of cattle, you know, that's all we are. Antibodies estimated at 90%. Right, the reason I wouldn't give these sorts of stories the time of day is, let's read this quite frightening headline. Not that one. Yeah, mounting evidence of link between COVID and painfully crippling bone death in India. I mean, what a horrible sounding story. To read that, you would think that those people in India that have got BS19 are going to end up getting painfully crippling bone death. A rare disease known as avascular necrosis, or death of bone tissue, is rearing its head in India. I like the way how they even say that. It's rearing its head, like it's some sort of evil entity. Anyway, let's read how people are really ending up with painfully crippling bone death in India. And is now battling a surge in rare post-BS complications. Dr. Kader Torasker checks the scan report of a BS90. Oh, that's a picture, right. Right, at least 20 cases of avascular necrosis have been reported in an Indian hospital in Mumbai city, and 3 were reported in Delhi. The disease in patients has been linked to the use of a steroid in treatment, which was also believed to be a causal factor in the outbreak of deadly fungal infections, such as black fungus or mucormycosis over recent months. Well, hang on, you were saying that people were catching BS19 and it was a symptom of that, but no, actually it was all caused by the hormone treatment you used on them. I mean, that's just one example of why. I mean, they probably know most people are just going to glance at that headline and not really look any further and just think, oh, poor people in India, they get BS19 and then they get painfully crippling bone death. But actually, it's all to do with as it goes down to, say, Dr. Vijay Varghia said the previous use of steroids in treatment was a common factor in patients who went on to develop the crippling bone disease. But he said the use of steroids was often still effective in managing COVID. Well, we'll get rid of your cold, but you might end up with a crippling bone death. A life-saving treatment and necessary in some cases. Not all patients who take steroids develop complications. The emergence of a new disease among patients. Ayers Jones says no, been here before. Animals. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I probably have come across your name, but it's not what I see regularly. But thank you for commenting. I really do appreciate it. In fact, I am going to start winding down this live stream very soon. And if you have only caught a few minutes of it, it will be up again on Sunday evening, where I will be doing open lines, inviting callers. I also would like to invite people such as, where is she? Eileen Turvett, if she would like to come on and discuss her situation of being a nurse working in a COVID ward. Do you know what? I know people who worked on these wards, and they all tell a story of fast death. People come in the hospital and they die. They die quickly. That's what I was told by I got someone quite close to me that works on them. And yeah, I mean, could it be the use of masks, the use of testing people is actually what's making people ill? You say your you lost colleagues to it. Well, perhaps they were silly enough to repeatedly be tested, allow themselves have some horrible probe stuck to the back of their throat and nose, and then they get ill, and I wonder why. And then the over-the-top treatment that they use in the hospital, as we see in India, where was it? And then they get given steroids in India, which end up giving them even worse conditions. The tissue-eating disease was mostly reported in patients with diabetes or in severe immune-compromised individuals. According to data by the Delhi government, at least 750 people are still struggling with mucormycosis in the capital alone. It's shocking. Okay, yeah, as I said, I'm going to start winding down. Ayers Jones, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Ayers Jones. Hopefully it sounds right. Yeah, thanks for commenting, and thanks for joining in the live chat. It makes it a lot better to have people, a two-way conversation. And earlier on, old Breck came up with the suggestion to check out The Weeknd and Justin Bieber. Couldn't believe what I was seeing, honestly. I'm going to look closer at that. Not to mention his girlfriend, Bella, and how closely she looks like The Weeknd's girlfriend, Hailey, unless I've got those two the other way round, I don't know. But yeah, crazy stuff. You see, I get more information from you commenters than you probably get back from me. Obrecht says, Ayers Jones say, call you Kev. I will do, thank you. I'll bear that in mind. I will be going live this Sunday evening from about 9:30 p.m. The first hour, of course, will be this live stream, a pre-recorded, a replay, and then from 10:30 I will be inviting. I'll be inviting people to join the live stream as a guest. Come on, just say hello, just quickly, 5 minutes, however long you want. I will be sharing a link in the live chat. I hope you can all make it then. 9:30 p.m. this coming Sunday, British Summer Time. Yeah, I would like to thank Kev, otherwise known as Ayers Jones, Old Breck, Andrew Lidgett, Dean Jones, and UK Critical Thinker, who have all taken the time to leave a comment in the live chat. It's much appreciated. I'd like to extend a big thank you to everyone who tuned in this afternoon and stuff, and you're not already subscribed. I imagine you probably are, but if you're not, then yeah, hit the subscribe button, maybe share the video or whatever. I will be back again Sunday night, and if you didn't watch this, and if you haven't seen this all the way through, you can catch the whole stream there. Yeah, big thanks to everyone for tuning in, and even bigger thanks to everyone for commenting. I've got a couple of minutes left. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered everything. There may well have been the odd story that I wanted to look at, but didn't do it. So yeah, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I thought, yeah, if ever you have a few minutes to spare and you want to look up MPs in, yeah, maybe not just Liberal Democrat MPs, but specifically, they seem to be the most obvious. Check them out. They always look a bit odd, or maybe not even just a bit odd, very odd. That is my... Yeah, Kev, I do hope you can catch us Sunday, and if you want to join the live stream as a guest, come on, say hello, share any thoughts and views. You will be most welcome. That will be from 10:30 p.m. The live stream starts 9:30. I play out this live stream for an hour, and then from 10:30 I go live and we'll be inviting guests. You'll be most welcome, as will everyone. Yeah, it's still not quite 4 p.m. I don't want to shut off early. Big thanks to everyone. As I've already said, that is more or less the end of... Yeah, that's the hour up now. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your week, and I'm going to end now. So thanks everyone, and take care. Hope to see you Sunday. Right, over and out.
Okay, that was the midweek live stream. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you didn't catch it first time, just having a look at a comment from 2nlit, says 33 minutes of extra time. I'm not sure. Let me just check the audio set. Yeah, it sounds a lot better than it did in that video. I haven't actually, well, I kept sort of half an eye on the football. One thing I did notice is that the player who scored for England, let's see if I can bring a picture up of him. Let's see. He had 33 on him. Although he was number 3, he's got the number 3 twice on his shirt. And I thought that was quite clever. And I believe the guy who scored for Italy was number 12. So 1, 2 again. No, that might not be strictly true. All right, I'm going to share my screen. And we'll see where we're going. Bear with me. Yeah, another thing I will point out is immediately after that video had concluded, I received... Where are we? Yeah, I received this comment from Jake Quickenden. He's one of the people who I actually mentioned in the video, but I don't know if you can just see him there. And he commented on the video. Now, I don't actually believe it's him. I believe these YouTube accounts and Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts are all controlled by whole teams of people. I doubt the person we see in the film, in the videos, has anything to do with it. So, but someone using the account said, "You need help, bro." And I asked, "Are you sub to my channel?" And I said, "You'd be welcome to join the live stream this Sunday and give us your side of the story." And that goes to anyone. If anyone does wish to pop on and say hello, you are most welcome. Yeah, I wondered if we might get some pictures of the guy who scored England's goal. He's got like 2-3, basically got 33 all over his shirt. Yeah, anyway, going back to this comment that I got, it means one of two things. Now, I did tweet about, I don't think I even shared that video on Twitter. So either these people have got some way of knowing that their image has been used as a thumbnail on someone's video, or they're watching everything I do. And if, like he says, "You need help, bro," I later on made a joke saying, "Oh, yeah, you'd be welcome to help me make my videos." If he genuinely thinks that, why would they waste their time caring what I do? I did make a comment to him on, I made a comment to him on Twitter, actually, which I guess I'll try and find in a minute. I thought it was quite humorous and quite apt. Yeah, as I have said, this is an open lines. Firstly, greetings to Maria Ellender. Thanks for joining us. And Adi Nuff, yep, 33 exactly, not suspicious at all. I'm trying to look for the number of the Italy player. I think he might have been number 12. I'm not sure. I'm going to be, where is it? I should be able to get like live reporting or something. Where is it? Yeah, live reporting. Match stats, maybe that was scores. Okay, we're getting there. Yeah, I'm not going to risk having my stream taken down for copyright infringement by playing this. But look, Bonucci scored in the 67th minute, 1 minute off that crucial time of 66, of course. And actually, I have noticed in football, if they score like 66 minutes and 2 seconds, they count that as the 67th minute. So technically, the goal went in the 67th. Right, where were we? I was going to look at my tweet that I left to old Jake. I thought it was quite humorous. And another thing involving Twitter, actually, where are we? Here we go. This is the reaction of @Jake Quickenden after seeing my expose on the use of CGI on Instagram. If you've never seen They Live, then check it out. Oh, we've got the audio. I don't know if you can hear that or not.
I've got one that can see. I've got one that can see. I've got one that can see. I've got one that can see.
This is, of course, the scene where in They Live, the guy played by Rowdy Roddy Piper, I think he's called Nada or something, he starts going out and swearing at all the alien type people that he sees through the sunglasses, and one of them says, "I've got one that can see," and that's that is how I imagine Jake must have reacted, or whoever looks after their YouTube channel. He did comment, yeah, that's it. A regular viewer and another wonderful YouTuber, Colleen, Some Girls Again, left a comment saying, "Did you see the feet of the latest child?" I personally haven't seen this latest picture, but I did see something in the news about Meghan and Harry reveal, and I missed it, whatever the next part of the thing, next part of the report was. Yeah, I wanted to look at one other thing. I will be sharing a link if anyone does wish to come on and join us on the live stream. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put the link in. I tell you what, guys, I just want to blank my screen for 1 second while I open a few links. So bear with me. Just looking at the chat. Bonucci was number 19. Okay, fair enough. Is that one of their numbers? 2 and lit. They live, we sleep. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, England saved a penalty according to 2 and lit. Sounds like. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys probably are well aware. I'm very suspicious of the outcomes of any high-profile sporting event, particularly football. Have you ever noticed that they don't seem to do it anymore? But back when they used to take penalties, the keeper would point or something, and they would tell each other which way they were going to dive, and it was all supposed to be like psyching them out. But I reckon they were just tipping them off. Anyway, yes, I came across some. Here's a weird story. We did look at, in that last video, in the midweek one, we looked at GoFundMe. Okay, I can bring my screen back up. Now, I weirdly came across this story. German girl who cried after Wembley loss asked for £36,000 raised by well-wishers to go to charity. Now, there they like to get their numbers in, of course, 36. I don't know if anyone caught, I think it must have been last Sunday, and I remember I had Twitter on, and I was a bit unsure why I saw in trending, I saw the word ex-hamster. Now, the only reason I know of that is because that is the website where George Floyd there was videos of George Floyd in his acting career, should we say, up on ex-hamster. Of course, that's the only reason I know about it. Anyhow, and it's linked to this. Bloody weird. German girl, right, apparently, during an England v Germany game, some girl was brought to tears. So, a German girl pictured crying at Wembley after the team's loss to England has asked for 36 grand donated by well-wishers to go to UNICEF. There is some question about the well-wisher that set this up. Here we've got the numbers again. Joel Hughes. If you search for Joel Hughes on Twitter, you see some very suspicious stuff. But who knows what it is? All I know is that that might give it away to begin with. I don't know if you saw what came up just after Joel Hughes walking past the playground. It's Joel Hughes at every social gathering. Yeah, he got a lot of criticism because people found a profile that he supposedly had on ex-hamster And yeah, during my video last week, I was on Twitter and I saw the word X Hamster, and I was like, well, why is that up there? I mean, why would that be shown on my Twitter account? And yeah, it's okay, there we go. That was it. Too graphic. But anyway, this is the guy who launched this GoFundMe account. Now, I don't know if people have deliberately set up some fake account on X Hamster just to try and make this guy look bad or what, but who knows. Anyway, how's the football going? England saved a penalty. Adi Naf says, I believe number 9 and number 6 have scored. Gotcha, yeah, wouldn't be surprised. There's always a 23 on the pitch, I noticed. Michelle, what I know about football could be engraved on the head of a pin and still have room for the Lord's Prayer. Fair enough. Put it this way, Michelle. It's not worth watching anything that they put on mainstream TV. If you want to enjoy soccer, as it might be more well known in your part of the world, I mean, I would say watch your local teams, support local small grassroots football, waste the time watching the big stuff where anyway, yeah, Joel Hughes, he said he saw some upset girl on the news and told Sky News how he set up a Just Giving page with the aim of raising 500 quid to show that not everyone in the UK is horrible and that we care. 8 days after that, over 36, I get the numbers in twice here, 36 grand have been donated by more than 3,200 people. The girl and her family have been found according to an update on the fundraising page, and thank them for their amazing support. A statement below, a statement provided to Just Giving said, in the interest of our daughter and our family, we would like to remain private. However, we wish to thank everyone for their amazing support. And then I mean, I know nothing about the person who set this up. I wonder if they've got any comments there at the bottom. Nope, doesn't look like they do. It was just very strange to see all this stuff come up about this guy who I think there actually is there comments? No. Right, apparently, okay, if anyone would like to join the stream, let me put a banner up. Let me also catch up with the chat. Maria Ananda says she found a great group of people who meet up with other like-minded people, stand in the park every Sunday at 10 a.m. Lots of groups all over the country. That's interesting. I do find myself occasionally wandering through a park on a Sunday. Maybe not at 10 a.m. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I will maybe have a look for them. Thanks for sharing that, Maria Ellender. Adina, 3,600 well wishers. Yeah, they love these numbers. Oh, 2 Enlet says England missed a penalty, not looking good. Maria, I met up with them today and it was so uplifting. 2 Enlet says England saved another penalty. Okay, perhaps we can't move on until we find out the outcome of this. Oh no, I'm not actually that bothered, to be honest. It's been going on for a long time, hasn't it? So, yeah, a lot of penalties being missed. 3-2, of course, there's that number again. I'm sure it won't end, well, it could end that way, I guess. Depends. Right, I don't want to get sidetracked. If anyone wants to come on and join the stream and just say hello, I will leave a link. I will pin a link to StreamYard. You do not need to install any other software. Literally just go through the web browser, allow access to your camera and microphone, and then you can switch off your camera. I'm not interested in anyone revealing their face. I mean, if you really want to, I guess we could, but no, I just I'm not sharing anyone else's identity other than just hearing your voice come on and however you wish to. Oh, 2 Enlet says Saka misses and Italy win. And Adinaf says Rome have won. Fair enough. Yeah. Right. Join the live stream. I did invite Jake Quickenden, so along with everyone else, you're all invited to come on and show your thoughts. As I said, you don't need to install anything. Let me just put a banner up as well. It's very easy. tinyurl.com/BZ and then today's date, which is 11:07. Okay. Oh no, that's the wrong one. There we go. To join this live stream, go to tinyurl.com/BZ1107. You know, I should really make some sort of so I know when people join. Play a sound when a guest enters. There we go. Now, yeah, if you don't fancy doing it, that's fine. We've got plenty of stuff we can look at this evening. Addy Neff says, unfortunately, I work the day they meet in the area, but I know a few who go. They say the same. That's really good to hear. Well, by all accounts, what are we now? It's the 11th. We've got in 8 days, but supposedly all these restrictions will be lifted, apparently. But who knows, right? I mean, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you think, here we are, first public photo, is it going to be of the baby? Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, first public photo of daughter Lilibet, could be of her feet. Oh, for goodness sake, get real. No one cares about... Right, Meghan Markle, 39. How old is this story? Because Colleen, some girl's son, was talking about them releasing a picture of feet a while back. Right, Meghan Markle, 39, and Prince Harry, get that vile scumbag off the screen. Meghan Markle, 39, and Prince Harry, 36. Welcomed baby number 2 in June, a little girl named Lilibet, and we're yet to see the first public pictures of the newborn. An expert claims it could be a snap of her feet. Goodness me, come on. Writing in news.com.au, Mrs. Daniela also weighed in on the royal couple's photo choice while saying they might be weighing up their options. Who cares? If you don't want to share a picture of your baby, don't share it. We don't care. Don't insult us by putting a ridiculous picture of feet up on the screen. I mean, get real. What is wrong with these clowns? Who cares? Oh, hang on. We're yet to see the first public picture of a newborn. I mean, do these people have some weird obsession with baby's feet or something? Why would you share that? What sort of creep are you? And of course, we remember when they showed a picture of Harry and Meghan. We have got a story that we can look at shortly about these two. Again, I will just have to blank my screen for all of a second. Oh, hang on. Michelle says, are we looking at Megsy's Daisy's offspring? Meghan Daisy's, yeah. I'm not sure. Who knows? Or it could just be their latest purchase from Dolls R Us. We don't know. Apparently they won some award. I'm curious to see. Yeah, again, this was another commenter left a picture. Oh, there's so many baby stories get posted to my feed now. Brits to be told they're expected to wear face masks indoors in shift in advice. I haven't heard that one. We'll have a look at that also in a minute. Anyway, my condolences. I know for a lot of people, and I was saying this earlier, for a lot of people, England being in the final of the European Cup is the highlight of their life. This means everything to them. Unfortunately, it's ridiculous. It's a fix. Always a fix. I mean, I used to be a fan of Liverpool. I've said that before. And I was always wanting them to win the Premier League. And like a year or two before they have finally won it, I realised it's a joke. The whole all high-profile football is a joke. Right, that's the end. Well, unless you're all entitled to come and talk about the football if you want. For me, that is it. And yeah, I do want to just blank my screen for 2 seconds while I open up a couple more links. Where are we? Harry and Meghan given an environmental award. There's another one as well. Anti-vax beauty therapist. Oh, that was an interesting story. I think that's all of it. Oh, yeah. Also, I'm curious what you guys think of this Richard Branson, aka possibly David Icke, finally goes into outer space. Right, I'm going to share my screen again. I know not everyone's on board with the idea that David Icke is Richard Branson, but who knows? Right, is this a bit premature to give Harry and Meghan an award? Where was it? Hang on, wasn't I? I'm losing track of where I'm going now. Right, the comment from Michelle from Oz. Have a look at the photos of the second pregnancy. 2 photos taken months apart. Harry wearing same clothes and Archie doll was just stuffed clothes, not a child in her arms. Michelle, if you have a link, you'll be most welcome to share that. But yeah, we will. I did see, I can't remember who it was that pointed it out, but there was someone did point out a picture where Harry and Meghan I'll tell you what it was. I believe it was Maria Ellender. She pointed out that the Queen was wearing the exact same clothes where she supposedly was meeting Archie for the first time. Anyway, here we are expecting all the restrictions to be lifted. I was just saying that a minute ago. Brits to be told they're expected to wear face masks indoors and shift in advice. So it's not going to be, it never has been a law, of course, it's always advice. If Maria or Michelle have a link to the picture you guys are talking about, I'd be really curious, that'd be most appreciated. Face masks should be worn indoor enclosed spaces, that doesn't make sense. Oh, in indoor enclosed spaces. New government guidance on BS curbs will say as ministers U-turn on ditching restrictions. Oh, I watched an interesting clip on Twitter. Again, I'll share it actually after we look at this. Last week, Boris Johnson and new Health Secretary Sajid Javid had insisted face covering would be a personal choice. Well, they still are a personal choice, actually. Say what you like. After the so-called Freedom Day on July 19th. But speaking to Sky News on Sunday, Vaccine Minister Nadhim Zahawi said that the link between infections, hospitalizations and deaths have been severely weakened. As he added, it's important that we remain cautious and careful, and the guidelines that we will set out tomorrow will demonstrate that. The legal requirement, no, the government advice, that is all it is. There's no legal requirement to wear a face mask will be dropped after July the 19th. Okay, it's never been a legal requirement. It's just, right. It comes after the Prime Minister was pictured sitting in his car without wearing a face mask. Oh my goodness. Why would you wear a face mask in your own car? What's the point in that? Of course, if you are driving, then you need to do much concentration as you can possibly get. The last thing you want to do is restrict your oxygen flow. Right, I'm going to put now it looks like they could be backtracking. Let me just share a video I saw. Where was it? Really, here it is. Right, it's 57 odd seconds. The guy makes a lot of sense. Right, I hope you can hear it okay. I'll be back in 1 second.
Then lock him back in the darkness.
Oh, right, this is how to break a man's spirit. I've got to make this. Okay.
Lock a man in the dark room for 4 hours, then turn the lights on for 1 minute. Then lock him back in the darkness for another 4 hours, then turn the lights on again. Repeat this process, and every time that light comes on, expectancy and adrenaline will rush through his body. Every time the light goes off, dejection will sweep over him. After 2 days of this treatment, I promise you, he will say or do whatever he wants in order to leave that room, because you will have broken his spirit. Well, the COVID lockdowns work on the same principle. Prevent people from doing the things they enjoy and seeing their loved ones. Then promise them it will all end soon. Then lock them down again, taking away these privileges once more, and soon you will have their compliance. And if you don't believe me, ask yourself this: how many people have you heard say, I only took the vaccine because I just want things to go back to normal? Lock a man in the dark.
Very good point. Okay, where were we? Yeah, I saw that and I thought, yeah, he's right. And then to see this story that, oh, actually, Brits are going to be told, we still want you to wear masks. Separately, Mr. Javed, who had said daily infections could rise to 100,000 this summer, said in an interview with the Telegraph that it would be irresponsible not to wear a face mask in crowded places. Don't buy that for a second. I'm not going along with that myself. Boris Johnson sat in a car without a mask on. Oh no, that's blatantly probably either one, a Photoshop, or two, pre-planned. They know what they're doing. Not a single picture makes it into mainstream media that of the government, particularly like high-profile government, without first being, without them knowing in advance what they're going to be. They're all staged, basically. People think that the press is like free. They're not. They're controlled. They're the same. Yeah, they're just a wing of the government. They are a propaganda tool. Right. So Harry and Meghan have been named as environmental role models. Bearing in mind, these people got private jets. They fly off on holidays 10 times a year. But they're environmental role models for deciding to have no more than 2 children to reduce their impact on the planet. Now, listen to what this is saying. So if they're now deciding to only have 2 children, is this on a kind of, on the one hand, it sounds like they're saying, yeah, they're being great because they're not going to overpopulate. But on the other hand, is it saying abortions are a good alternative? Population Matters, a UK-based charity that campaigns for sustainable human population, in other words, abortion, said it had chosen the couple to receive an award for their enlightened decision. Harry previously told British Vogue he and Meghan would have a maximum 2 children. I do not think you can make that call because, well, who knows what's going to happen in your life. Anyway, the couple's son Archie was born in May 2019, followed by their daughter Lilibet. In choosing and publicly declaring their intention to limit their family to 2, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are helping to ensure a better future for their children, except for the ones that don't make it to birth, providing a role model for other families. Having a smaller family reduces our impact on the earth and provides a better chance for all children, their children, and future generations to flourish on a healthy planet. Bull spit. I mean, okay, I'm not saying that it isn't a good idea not to have loads of kids or anything, but I just think when the alternative is this just going to encourage people to go to their what's now known as a family planning clinic, then perhaps it isn't a great thing. Right, I will catch up with the live chat. Maria says apparently 50% of the public want to continue wearing the face mask. I don't doubt it. People, I believe, are now what you would call institutionalized. It's like when people go to prison for 20 years, they forget what it is like to think for themselves. And I think, well, it's interesting how little, I mean, even those of us that probably consider ourselves kind of aware of the deception that goes on, we're all sort of, I mean, even we probably have manipulated a lot more than we believe into what we think about. So I'm not at all surprised that people are now probably in a situation where they want to be told what way do you walk. Like, I don't know, most shops now have arrows on the floor telling you what way to walk in. Being told, like when you go into a pub now, being told where to sit, not being allowed to go up to the bar. I think people are getting to a point where they see that as, although I will admit, if I go to like Weatherspoons, for example, they're not the only place, but where they've got ordering on the app, that is better than queuing up at a busy pub bar. But anyway, people have become institutionalized, unfortunately. I'm not sure if it's going to change anytime soon. I do just have to mute my audio for 1 second. Oh, did I manage to mute it? Right. Okay, bear with me, people. I do apologise. Just trying to mute myself. What am I doing? Okay, are we back? Let's just see. Hang on. Are you hearing me now? Okay, got there. I don't. Right, I'll go and have a look at another. Carry on with the chat. CC Jelly says, "You will remain irresponsible. Good for you. What sort of life is it if we're not allowed to? If we're not allowed to take any risks?" And of course, they're going to try and tell you, "Well, you're risking other people's health." No, you're not at all. Maria said, "I'm an exam invigilator and tell my students they can remove the mask while sitting the exam. A student filed a complaint against me and said I forced them to remove the masks. That doesn't surprise me one bit, Maria, I'm afraid. Anyone that doesn't appear to go along with the government's advice and support the idea that, I mean, for why anyone would think the government has our best interests at heart, I have no idea, but it's, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Maria. I hope it doesn't cause you any problems. Now, am I right? Invigilating exams is voluntary or not? I don't actually know. I mean, Two Enlet says to Maria, in law, the word must means may. Well, it would seem that way, I guess, Two Enlet. I agree with you on that. Okay, where are we? So that's Harry has won another award. Something else to, well, something to replace, because didn't he have to give back all his army awards for being in the army when he gave up his when he gave up being a member of the royal family or whatever? So now he's got an award. He's an environmental role model. What a hero. Right, here was another curious story I came across. An anti-vax, great name, therapist, beauty therapist, will refuse clients who have had the jab. I'm not sure how legit this is, because how much free publicity is this person getting? Right, an anti-vax beauty therapist has said she'll refuse to treat anyone who has been vaccinated against the BS. What's the betting? We hear a story that she ends up getting ill or something. Sarah McCutcheon, based in Glasgow, wrote in her post on her business Instagram page, "We will not treat anyone who has had a 19 jab." See, I don't understand why a business would limit their customers. Wouldn't you want to say, we respect people, whatever their point of view are? If you want to have every jab in the world, if you want to be treated for every illness known to man, go for it. We'll serve you. Is that any better than saying we're not going to treat people that decline the jab? But whatever. The owner of Wellness and Wellbeing with Sarah made the comment alongside a post from an Australian hair salon which read, "We are not your hairdresser if you have had the vax." She added, "We agree and will not conduct massages or treatments on any vaxxed person. Sorry, not sorry." The National Hair and Beauty. Of course, people do say that, whether rightly or wrongly, I'm not sure, that there is a chance after people have had the treatment, we'll say, that they can shedding illnesses or something. So, fair enough. I understand why people may be reluctant. But if I said I'm not going to be around anyone who has had it, I think that would be impossible. But who knows? One day, perhaps that will just be how it is. Who knows in 5 years how many of those that received it? I'm hoping, I honestly and sincerely hope that those that decide to have the treatment are all fine and that everyone's perfectly fine and it's all a storm in a teacup about nothing. That's my opinion. I am in two minds. I do wonder, is what they're sticking in people, is it just a placebo that doesn't really do anything? The only people, I'm not going down that rabbit hole, but wouldn't it be typical? The government have been paying these pharmaceutical companies hand over fist, and it turns out they're squirting us with water. I don't believe that's happening, but it's just one of those scenarios. Just got to let the cat out again. Okay, right. When pressed to explain herself, Mrs. McCutcheon wrote by her bit, many of my loyal long-term clients follow a very natural path, and I want to ensure they feel safe in the environment that they come to relax in. Okay. There is no long-term data to secure us at the moment in time. There are too many related illnesses. They are experimental, these, and have caused many injuries. Well, yeah, fair enough. Can we argue with that? The Post said the company had been asking anyone inquiring about treatments whether or not they had been vaxxed. See, either way, I'd be insulted by that if someone asked me. If I wanted to have it and I'd had it, then I don't believe, just like I wouldn't want to have to explain myself for not wanting it, I wouldn't want to explain, but hey-ho. It added, to reduce repetition to single massages, get these people off the screen, what's this? To reduce repetition to single messages, we have decided to follow on and post that we will not conduct treatments on any V person. Please respect their personal choice. Yeah, why not? It comes after recent research carried out by Public Health England showed that the jab is 96% effective against hospitalisation from the Delta variant after 2 doses. Well, whatever. Meanwhile, Zeneca is 92, the usual rubbish, blah, 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 blah. The body told the Mail Online the NHSB strongly recommends that all hair and beauty products follow official government advice and guidelines, not anything to do with legal requirements, but whatever. Mrs. McCutcheon's Instagram page says she has 10 years plus of experience. Is this not just a big promotion for wellness and well-being with Sarah? I am curious to look this person up. Let's see if there's any telltale giveaway signs about who or what she may be. Again, it goes straight to the news story about anti-vax. Sarah Wellness, is that it? No. Beauty and Wellness, Well-being by Sarah. This could be it. Don't be stressed, be refreshed. Is this even the same thing? I don't know. See, maybe I played into their hands by checking. I just wanted to see if it came up anywhere about you will not be allowed treatment if you've had the jab. But apparently not. Who knows? Perhaps I'm on the wrong. I think this is probably where wellness and well-being with Sarah. Not having Facebook, I'm not able to. I don't know what this means. Yeah, that isn't. I don't have Facebook, so I don't know what that. 13375822013 at facebook.com. Yep, nothing to do with me. I can promise you that. Hack that account all you want. It's not mine. Okay. Fair enough. Let's go and have a look at the live chat. Maria says the Vaseline can spread. Yeah, shedding. I had heard that. So I guess, yeah, I don't know. I am aware that that is, a belief among people. Let's see. And Tuanlet says the same because of shedding issues. Yeah, fair enough. I am curious though, does anyone out there have any experience of anyone? The thing is, it's very difficult to say if you get ill from anything, whatever, to say where, how, or why you picked that up. Lady Suda, greetings and welcome to the live chat. Michelle from Oz says, I'm curious that Europe seems to be full to the brim of Hollywood travellers, but here after doing really well, we're in sudden lockdown. Yeah, fair enough. They are all travelling around like crazy at the moment. I mean, Wembley Stadium here, Michelle, had 90,000 people in the stadium, apparently. It was full capacity. And yeah, it's see, I do wonder how long these relaxing the restrictions is going to be, though. Who knows? Lady Suda says, our hairstylist saying that people can't get their haircut if they've had the jibby. Absolutely, Lady Suda. That is what this one particular hairstylist is saying. Wellness with Sarah. She's been described as an anti-vaxxer, which I suppose is kind of would be a fair thing to say. Climate change didn't make this brothel. Crazy. I don't know what this is about. Do we want to hear it? 6 minutes? Maybe not. I don't know. That is the person though. But I cannot get on to... Yeah, I cannot look at her Facebook account. Michelle from Oz, the fake alien invasion may start here. I do kind of think that, in a way, the idea of a virus, an illness that's attacking us, somewhat invisible, is almost like almost a halfway step to believing that there's some alien being that's attacking us all. And I'm pretty sure someone said that there was a suggestion that it had come from a space cloud or space dust. I don't know. Lady Suda says, so she's saying that people who have had it cannot get their hair cut. Yes, she's banned anyone. Here we are. Anti-vax beauty therapists will refuse clients who have had it, who have had the jab. So that's exactly what she's saying. Anti-vax beauty therapists have said she will refuse to treat anyone who has been vaccinated against it. Yep. You got it. They also mention her Instagram page. We could have a look at that, I guess. Sarah McCutcheon. The thing is, I just wonder why they would give this person so much publicity. That's the thing. We'll go on Instagram. The only problem is, if I go on Instagram, I will have to look for particular... It just auto-completes. It goes on this guy's. He's still got his Go Fraud Me account up. Let's have a look. Of course he has. Sick individual. Look, he's up for getting tattoos, but according to his fans, he isn't up to shutting down a Go Fraud Me account. Whatever. Right. I'm not going on to that. We're looking for a very particular person. Sarah McCutcheon. Anti-vaxxer, apparently. Let's see, there's a few of them. That looks like it could be her. Is it? Oh, the account's private. I don't know. Maybe that was her. Wee bit of everything. Body Shop, balance oil. Linktree. I don't know. Who knows? Wee bit. Yeah, that sounds very Glasgow-y. Ooh, I don't know what this has got to do with. Who knows? Yeah, unless you've got Facebook, it's difficult to get on her account. Okay, right. We've got about 15 minutes left. If anyone wants to pop on tonight's live stream as a guest and say hello, say goodbye, say whatever, you've got about 15 minutes. The link to go to is tinyurl.com/BZ1107. And yeah, you'll be welcomed on. If you do come on, it probably isn't a bad idea just to let me know in the chat that you're here. Otherwise, I might overlook it. Right, the only other thing I was going to look at tonight, Virgin Galactic. What I'm curious what your opinions are on this one. Bear in mind, people have been paying like £250,000 for as a deposit to be the first person to go on this space, Richard Branson space takeoff. Apparently he went up, and it was more than just a publicity stunt, according to this. Richard Branson's space voyage was more than a publicity stunt. Okay, I really believe that. Bear in mind, they claim that we went to the moon back in '69, piece of peace, no problem, very easy. And now they're saying that all these billionaires can't even get up to 60 miles high. But yeah, apparently they live streamed it. I wouldn't mind watching it. See, yeah, so, allegedly, well, no, not allegedly. It's been reported that the last time they attempted to launch, or the last time they tried this, people, the pilot was killed or something. It's look, what a joke. I mean, that guy's clearly got a bald cap on. That's not his real hair. That is a fake bald head. That guy looks like he's had his face photoshopped. No comment on the woman. Richard Branson. He's apparently about 80, I think. So why they've got a picture of him that barely looks like he's 50. That is his team. How ridiculous. A team of fellow astronauts. I did hear they were taking up like a 71-year-old woman who was refused to go up because she was a woman, so they claimed. Oh, someone's saying good night. Let's see. Maria, up early, so off to bed. Good night, all, and thanks again for the chat. Maria, thank you for letting us know about the stand in the park. I will take a closer look at that. Something good to share with us, you know. A good way of getting back to socializing with people. Thank you for sharing the information, and I hope you can make it to our next one. Okay, and Lady Suda, lagging for me, be right back. No problem, I hope it has improved. Actually, I'm checking my own stream. What happens? Let's have a look. Yeah, it seems to be playing okay. Yeah, I was a little bit late starting this evening. Everything went wrong at the last minute. I've been trying to use a different computer, and it just doesn't work that well. But hey ho. Yeah, apparently the owner of this was more than a publicity stunt. Honest, a bit like when they sent the the Tesla car up into outer space, and the guy who owns it, Elon Musk, said, "Oh yeah, you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Yeah, we believe what you tell us." Right, Richard Branson video. I'd be curious to see him going up, just to see how. Apparently, they did live stream it. Probably copyright protected, of course, but this is all being done for Galactic. In fact, if I take down, bear with me, let me put up my all done for copyright reasons. Oh, that isn't it. That isn't it. Oh well, I haven't got it on this one, but yeah, it's all for educational purposes. Virgin Galactic videos. Yeah, like I said, from what I heard, they were sending a 70-year-old woman up into space. Now, apparently, when these things come back down to Earth, yeah, they land with a bit of a bump. Okay, bear with, let's watch this a minute. Well, yeah, apparently these people went 50 miles up into outer space, or something like that.
5, 3, 2, 1. Release, release, release. Clean release. Ignition. Good rocket motor burn. There's Mach 1 trimming now.
No. Oh, camera glitched.
Trim complete. Unity is pointed directly up and heading to space. Things are looking great. We are 25 seconds into the burn now, approaching Mach 2.
Now, for all we know, that could be... I'm not actually sure what we're looking at here. Yeah, I mean, that could be like a tiny little, a toy model or something. Could be anything. Do we really believe Richard Branson is on this thing? Nah, not personally. I would be curious to see it land and then see Richard get out.
40 seconds.
That is what I want to see.
45 seconds.
Apparently it re-enters and then glides to a stop.
50 seconds.
Let's see if they cut the film. I mean, it's only a 2-minute video, so we're not going to see it all.
And 60 seconds, and that is a full duration.
By the way, Nisha, thanks for sharing the link. We will have a look at that in a minute. Okay. Oh, is everything ground to a halt?
Burn, folks, we are headed to space. And the passengers in the back have been cleared to unstrap. Our predicted apogee is 279,000 feet and climbing. The pilots are now unlocking the feather, and as soon as they do that, it's going to initiate a backflip for spaceship Unity. This is normal. We want those windows pointed down towards.
Oh, I just want to check I'm still playing. Yeah, I believe it's still working. It's just my monitor that I watch with has crashed, that's all. I think it might be a battery issue. 2N Lit says it looks like an insipid animation. Yeah, of course it does. Funnier than Elon Musk's cartoons. Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if these people are capable of sending up gliders and whatnot. But what I'm curious to see is it land and then come to a nice gentle stop.
The Earth to maximize that incredible view.
Let's see.
So feather is coming up now, and the pilots are also enabling the RCS, or reaction control system, which is what they'll use to control the attitude of the vehicle while we're outside the atmosphere. All about 250,000 feet now and climbing. As soon as we cross the boundary to space, we'll hear a word from our founder, Sir Richard Branson.
What, this is Richard talking from outer space, is it?
Welcome to space, Unity 22.
Okay, whatever. There they are with the bull, of course. I wanted to see it land, that was the only thing. I was a bit worried there that they'd cut my link. I mean, they cut the thing because it was... But no, I don't believe they do. Virgin Land with Richard Branson. Right, let's check this one out. Do you think they'll show us uninterrupted footage? No, I don't want to watch these idiots talking. Will we see uninterrupted footage of Richard coming down to... And then the glider landing. I've got a comment to make on this in a minute. Oh, here we are. They're actually talking to Richard Branson. There is a wonderful YouTuber. He has commented on some of my videos before. Level Earth Observer. And he made the point that when they send up fighter pilots in aeroplanes that go half the height of these people, they need breathing apparatus in case they lose cabin pressure. Not so with Richard Branson, of course. Let's just watch this rubbish.
Successfully done this a handful of times. Is there something other than Branson's outsized?
All right, hang on.
In the billionaire race to space, but tell you from the people who were out with the big boom, which we're assuming is the sonic boom.
Of course, they get their numbers in Unity 22. I hadn't even realised that. Sorry.
As they re-enter the Earth's atmosphere, I think it's just excitement right now, and I think for people who are into space, it's good to see the competition between people like Branson and Bezos, who is going to be taking a similar flight 9 days from now in West Texas. So that's certainly a big part of it, but you need eyeballs and you need interest.
Come on, I want to see Richard landing.
And if you're wondering, Sir Richard Branson's already sold 600 tickets to do this experience, this very experience.
Yeah, 600 tickets over the last 30 years. They've been talking about this thing for decades. Literally, back in the 80s, I think, maybe even before that, they first mentioned this, that Richard Branson was going to be selling people tickets, £250,000 for, just the deposit, I believe. Anyway, but he supposedly sold 600 tickets. Yeah, how long till they take off? Let's see it. I will just say, Nisha, we will be having a look at the link you shared. Bear with us.
At a tune of $250,000 a seat. So there is
Yeah,
definitely
$250,000 a seat.
Someone like me obviously can't afford that, but you can tell that people want to experience it.
Well, maybe they'll let journalists ride along at some point. And Bezos sold a ticket for $28 million for a tourist on his. This particular flight, I think,
yeah, they're really opening up space to everyone, aren't they? $250,000 and $28 million a ticket. Yeah, we'll all be going up to see the edge of space next, won't we? See the curvature of the Earth for ourselves. Curvature of the convex windows, more like, whatever.
The pilots has, Virgin employees on board, but since this spacecraft has successfully done this a handful of times, is there something other than Branson's outsized presence, and of course we're all interested in that, he's a very colorful entrepreneur, that makes this particular flight we're watching now different from the previous attempts?
I think part of it is that you've got...
Part of it is they've got better animation working on this. Look, there's Richard Branson in space. Doesn't need any breathing apparatus or anything, but he's definitely in space.
Someone who is a billionaire, who is obviously funding
He isn't even looking out the window. If that was you and you had gone up to that height, however high they might be, would you not be all in all, just awestruck, staring out the window? Not this one. He's there flapping his head around, yakking about a load of rubbish. What a clown. No, you're not looking down, Richard. You're just looking around the cabin by the look of it.
Congratulations to everybody for creating such a beautiful, beautiful place.
Hey, you've got to land yet, Ricky. Let's see how that goes.
Congratulations to all our wonderful team at Virgin Galactic for 17 years of hard work to get us this far.
And you only killed like 2 or 3 people in that time, didn't you?
Well, I didn't realize that we were actually going to be able to hear from
All right, so I'm so happy.
in mid-flight. That is amazing. It also makes my point about it being a bit of a television show. Jeff, pick it up, please.
Oh, it was a bit of a television show. What a... Okay.
Not sure we still have audio contact.
Oh, we're seeing him land now.
Oh, yeah.
What great
timing.
timing.
I think, the point you were making before we heard from Richard Branson, I think
Look, he's not even looking out the freaking window. What's wrong with the guy?
Sort of an adventure to space, and now he's sort of putting his money where his mouth is, and he's actually experiencing.
He doesn't care. He does not care. He isn't even looking out the window. I don't buy this for a second. I'm sorry, this is ridiculous.
He's up there, and I guess it would be the first time an owner of a privately run rocket company is taking the ride himself.
Right. Just to give our viewers an update.
Yeah, right. As he said.
The flight is now at 22,000 feet.
22,000. They love their numbers. I'm just looking at the chat. Michel says must get a hydrofoil license soon. Yeah, why not? To and lit, you would need a mask and G-force protection. Of course you would. They apparently went 50 miles up. To and lit says test pilots pass out in trials. Yep. Michel says training us that the elite can have anything and we must do as we're told. Good point, actually. I will just play this out because I want to see them land, and I bet you they do not show uninterrupted footage of the craft coming down to landing, and then Richard getting out. It'll be chopped up all over the shot. Let's wait and see.
And descending. It doesn't look like a dramatic descent, but obviously the thing is moving very quickly. And look, I think you got to give credit to these entrepreneurs, Bezos, who wished Branson lots of luck this morning before the launch, and Branson himself for being pioneers. Both of them made.
I'll leave you watching this for 2 seconds. I will be back.
But there is a strain of thought. I mean, I, like everybody else, am wondering, private companies doing what NASA used to do exclusively. It does feel like a new era. But is it kind of a diversion for rich people who can afford to buy these tickets? Is it going to lead? We don't know, obviously, fully the answers here, but is it going to be more of a fun thing for people who have a lot of money as opposed to leading to...
Look, they're still not even looking out the window. You think of the amazing view. Should we go and have a look out the window? Nah, let's all look in the cabin at each other. Yeah, good one.
A more deeper exploration of space.
I've got to talk on the phone.
I think, if you go
Come on,
back
I'm going to skip all this because complete rubbish. But here we go. They're about to land. Nice smooth landing they go.
Unique things about this that makes it so fascinating beyond what you described as the battle of the billionaires. And we should point out...
Doesn't what was that game? Microsoft Flight Simulator. Doesn't that have better graphics than this?
There's been some success with this particular spacecraft. I mean, this is not without risk. I mean, you talked about somebody putting their...
No, they didn't care about any risk. They haven't even got a crash helmet on the thing.
It's not exactly a routine thing yet. The technology has not been tested for years. I mean, it has been in the certain terms that they had to feel ready to launch. And NASA does not regulate this, right? Other than the risk of people...
Yeah, NASA are even bigger joke. Well...
anybody who gets on these spacecraft, whether it's Branson, Bezos, or...
But they're coming down at 245 miles per hour. They're heading for Earth. 250 miles per hour. They're going to touch down in a minute.
No, certainly not, but I think what separates Virgin Galactic from some of the other rocket companies we're hearing about is that they have...
How are they going to stop at that speed?
On a similar ride and brought them
220.
Safely as we await Sir Richard Branson.
Here's the speed just here.
500 feet above the landing.
That's miles per hour, not kilometers. Crunch. This would be one heck of a crash landing. Oh, that was nice and smooth. Not uninterrupted,
Main
you
gear
might know
touchdown.
this.
And we're going to hold it just like this for a minute before bringing the nose down.
Yeah,
You can
never
see
going to be
Ferrari
uninterrupted,
celebrating
is it?
inside there. And the nose is coming down now.
There were a little bit of their numbers just to keep you going. N20222 VG.
Nose gear touchdown.
Yeah, how many cuts were there in
And
that film?
braking.
Wouldn't you have firefighters on hand ready to put out any potential fire that catches? Although apparently these things don't have any fuel when they re-enter, so who knows? Still supposedly going at 100 miles an hour, this thing. Right, do you think we'll see them get out? It's just one of those space shuttles with a different back attached by the look of that. Wow, that's impressive.
Well, it looks like a picture-perfect landing, a
What a
smashing
surprise.
success. I've been on plane landings that are a lot bumpier than that.
Right, 35 miles an hour.
Incredible drone footage here as we come in. And there is full stop.
Wow.
The crowd there, I'm sure, very happy, Jeff Paul, and we did get to see that shot of Richard Branson.
Altitude, 4643. Well, that's a little bit off, isn't it?
This historic flight, and just watching those pictures was something when you consider all the technology,
Apparently,
the hard
they're
work,
still at
and the risks involved.
4,600
Now we're
feet,
looking at the
unless
plane having successfully completed its landing. Your thoughts?
we're not going to see him get out, are we?
Yeah, a 90-minute flight.
It'll just cut at some point. It'll just cut to them being out.
Surreal to think that, you know, in an hour and a half
Yeah,
ago,
we never got to see Richard climb out. What a surprise. Okay, last thing I'm going to look at is the link that Michelle kindly shared. Bear with me. Oh, that's annoying. Right. You can still do it. Right, I've opened it. I've just got to share this now to... Sorry. We'll be opening it in a second. Okay, I will blank my screen while I just open up this link. Bear with me a second. Right, where are we? Yeah, I am about to call it a night, actually. I'm in two minds about doing my midweek live streams, or whether I'll still, you know, the current setup where I do an hour in midweek, an hour on Sunday. I'm not sure if I'm going to carry on doing that. We'll see. Anyway, let's have a look at the link Michelle shared. Okay. Right, trans crooks who were born male are distorting women's crime figures. Offences by men who identify as females are recorded as being done by women. Zoe Watts, 35, who was born male, was asked last week for a string of offences. Was jailed last week for a string of offences. The force confirmed it will record Watts' crimes as being committed by women. At least 16 police forces record crimes according to how offenders self-identify. That is a dangerous one. I mean, how long until they say, well, I identify as a minor, so can you please try me as a minor? Send me to, you know, a youth offenders thing. Excuse me, you're 75 years of age. Yeah, but I want to go to a youth offenders home. Okay. Right, violent crimes committed by men who self-identify as female are being recorded as having been perpetrated by women, leading to claims that the practices distort official crime figures. It was highlighted last week. It was highlighted by a case of former police support officers. It was by the case of former police support officer Zoe Watts, who was jailed last week for a string of offences, including building an improvised bomb and having a cache of illegal weapons. The 35-year-old worked for Lincolnshire Police for 8 years. Do you know what? It does not surprise me, actually, that people who have gone through this sort of thing are being involved in violent crimes, to be honest with you. The court was shown YouTube videos which Watts used a baseball bat to smash watermelons bearing pictures of prominent public figures, including Boris Johnson and the feminist author Germaine Greer. Watts was born male and called Kyle, but the force has confirmed it will record the crimes being committed by a female offender because that is Watts' self-declared gender identity. it's recorded. The offences will be shared with the Home Office and become part of this. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Michelle. That's a weird one. I'm guessing that also means that this person will end up at a female prison. Does it go on to say that? It's crazy. KG, you are late, but fortunately we are overrunning. So we're still going live. I will be ending in a minute. There is still time. If anyone wishes to join the live stream, just go into your web browser, hit tinyurl.com/bz1107, share anything you have on your minds. I will ask that you only, 5 minutes or so, because I am going to be winding down for the night. Right, Michelle says, I saw the moon landing on TV at school. It was better than this. Do you know what? I've never seen the moon landing from start to finish. I've seen clips of it. I've seen Neil Armstrong stepping off a ladder, saying it's one small step, etc. But it's a massive leap for mankind to believe it, I think he meant. Isn't he transparent? Do you know what? I know a lot of people who like, for a lot of people, if in Italy or if England had won the football tonight, it would have been the highlight of their life. They put so much value in what they see on television. Unfortunately, a lot of what we see on television is complete rubbish, scripted, a bit like Richard Branson. It's ridiculous. Right. My voice and my ability to read and write is starting to suffer. So I am going to start winding down. But I would like to express a huge thank you to Two and Lit, KG, Michelle from Oz, Lady Suda, Maria Ellender, and CC Jelly, Adinath, greetings. If I didn't say hello to you already, Two and Lit, I'm pretty sure I've already said. That may be it for this evening. That, I think, was everyone that commented tonight. Random Games, of course, came in. I'm not sure if you're still tuned in. If you are, thank you for staying for the whole thing. Michelle says you're going to ring in next time. No problem. That will be in about 2 weeks. Michelle, it is always great to hear from you. It would be great to hear from anyone else who wants to come on and share their views. But of course, I understand you chill out in front of YouTube and you don't expect them to start helping make the video, be part of the video. So I understand why people aren't too worried about doing it. But I do like the idea. Do you know what? I would like people who have opposing views to come on. So maybe I should start getting more controversial, hey? How's this for controversy? Richard Branson's space flight is fake, as is probably pretty much everything that's ever been reported about space to be fake. All football's fixed. Men should not be tried as women, even if they self-identify. Every person on Instagram not every person on Instagram with a blue tick, particularly Fake the Flake Quickendon, are frauds. Apparently, obviously, we had the death of the baby. Now he's going on about his baby's got to go in for a hernia operation, and he's really worried. Leo's operation was cancelled as he's unwell. Have to wait 4 to 6 weeks to get another one. Apparently, he's got a hernia. Bullshit. Is that a real baby? Well, maybe they will use real babies at some point, but this thing, right, as I said, why would they have just randomly happened to see that I'd put their image in a thumbnail? they are either I'm hovering close to their nest and they want to keep, and they're worried that, or they're just so self-absorbed that, oh, is anyone talking about us today? Who's talking about us? Whatever. That thing is not a real child. Hang on, that thing is not a real child. Not for a second, my friend. Okay, that is it. Oh, Michelle, you are locked down. I'm in lockdown, so I may write this afternoon. That's been going on a while now, hasn't it? I thought you said it was only going to be for 2 weeks. Isn't that like 3 or 4 weeks now? I think you would be right to start writing. I think I would be if it was me in your situation. Although what I'm on about, we've had restrictions all year throughout the whole of 2021. We were locked down for like months on end, and even now they're restricting us. They're still saying you shouldn't go out unnecessarily, blah blah, whatever. Right, I will most probably be back in midweek to do a live video. We shall see. Yeah, Michelle, if you are still there and you fancy making one final comment, was it not supposed to just be a 2-week lockdown? I can't remember what you said how long it was supposed to be carrying on for. Okay, I am going to finish now as it's very close to midnight my time, which is fine. I'm happy to it's been wonderful interacting with you all. Michelle says infections are out of control. Do you know what? That's exactly what they're saying this end. They're saying it's everyone's ill. I've got a cat staring through the window wanting me to let him in. Hang on, sweetheart. Random says, hi Bobby, I just had the chance to listen to your video that weekend from Justin Bieber's story. It's creepy. It is. That is something I want to look at closer next time. Justin Bieber and The Weeknd, very weird. Plus their partners. One of them is Bella Hadid and the other I can't remember. But yeah, that really does need a closer inspection, which we will do. Yeah, so Michelle, were you not originally saying that it was only supposed to be 2 weeks lockdown? And I'm sure that's gone on longer, hasn't it? Right, I've got to let the poor cat in. Come on, sweetheart. This little thing. Oh, got the cutest little meow. Hang on. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah, isn't it funny that same strain is everywhere at the moment? Oh, hang on. I'm talking to the cat, by the way. Okay. Well, Michelle, if by the next time I do open lines, which will be 2 weeks today, I hope that you're out of it, because it sounds exactly like what happened over here. We were told, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. I think it was like 4 months later, they finally, maybe even longer, it went on forever, which I imagine this live stream probably seems like it's going on forever to some of you. So I'm now going to say goodnight. Thanks, everyone. David, greetings. I'm doing the lambada. Am I to take it that is a Italian reference or not? Okay. David, you come in right at the end, unfortunately, but thanks for tuning in. You can, of course, go back and play. Oh, 2 Elixir, Delta, Deep Sleep, Hypnosis, Lambda, Lamb Sheep. Oh, yeah, I've seen the word Lambda. I don't really know what it is, though. All right. Yeah, Nisho said bye. Massive thanks to everyone who's commented, everyone who tuned in this evening. Yeah, I'll probably be back in midweek for another video. I had a quiz in mind. I will be back for a quiz very soon. So stand by for that. Okay, I'm going to now mute my microphone or I'll never shut up, unfortunately. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and I will be back again soon. Good night.